Hi, my name is Autumn Nethery, and I am a marketing major. I actually started out as a film major at Western Kentucky University, but when I realized that I wasn't going to be making any money off of that major, I changed my minor into my major. This was also around the same time that we were starting a distillery called Jeptha Creed Distillery here in Shelby County, and I thought that becoming a marketing major would actually be a very big help to the business. Next slide. The person I decided to interview was my mother, Joyce Nethery. She is currently the owner of the distillery, and as I intend to one day take over the business, I thought that interviewing her would actually lead to some very good insights. I thought I had a pretty good understanding of her past work experience, but after this interview, I actually did find out some very interesting things. Next slide. She started out at Western Kentucky University just like I did. Her freshman year, she wasn't really sure what she wanted to do. So over Christmas break, she did a job shadow with her aunt, who was a chemical engineer. And she loved it so much that that's what she decided to become. The problem was that Western didn't have a chemical engineering degree. So she had to actually transfer to the University of Louisville, where she did eventually get her degree on time. And then after that, she started working for Roman Haas in Louisville under their distillation section. She actually ran a 6-foot diameter, 6-story tall still, which is very impressive. After that, she became a teacher at the local high school where she taught chemistry for a few years. And then she moved on to become the CFO of Valiant Management and Holdings, where she still currently works while also starting the distillery. Next slide. One of the main things that kept coming up in our interview was to play off of your talents. This was actually a very important thing for me to learn because going into this, I was really nervous. I'm not the best at chemistry. I like science. I like chemistry. I'm not very good at it necessarily. The words confuse me. Some of the reactions are very interesting, and it wasn't my strong suit. But that I shouldn't let it stop me. And that really was the most important thing for me to get out of this. And that was the biggest theme from our interview. She doesn't understand what's going on necessarily in our marketing meetings. I do. And I can explain it to her. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that as long as you have a basic understanding of the operations. It's okay. The parts that you don't totally master, you can hire out. And that's fine. You're not going to be able to do everything anyway. So that really helped me believe that what I'm doing is fine. I had recently dropped a food science minor, 1, because I just simply wasn't going to be able to finish it on time. And 2, it just wasn't my strong suit. And that really helped me to affirm that it's okay. There's nothing wrong with not being able to necessarily do that part by myself. It's something that I can hire out, and as long as I have a true understanding of the operations, everything will be okay. Next slide. The next big thing that really came up was that nothing in business happens overnight. The decision to start the distillery, from my point of view, seemed to really happen overnight. And it's kind of through the stories that she tells people through our meetings and when people ask her. It really does, the way she talks about it, sound like it happened overnight. Like, oh, I just walked in one day and after, hearing about it a little bit, yeah, this is something I want to do. Turns out that's not really what happened. She spent months thinking and praying and discussing with other people and people in the business and in the field about this. And even after she started thinking about it and was like, oh, yeah, no, this is something we could do, it took months for her to still be, like, comfortable with the decision. And so that was very interesting to me, to actually learn how difficult of a decision this really was. Next slide. In the end, this interview really helped me feel to be way more calm about going in. It's overwhelming sometimes trying to start this distillery, and it's very, very stressful. But at the same time, it's going to be so rewarding. And I'm really, really looking forward to getting the distillery up and going in the fall. And I feel more prepared going in after this interview. Thank you.